Yo, what's up YouTube? Dragothien Gaming coming back with another Rise of Kingdoms video, and today in honor of the KvK 2 that we are going to be kicking off this Friday when passes open. We have a really jam-packed week, guys, so our passes are actually going to be opening on Friday. So in honor of a KvK 2 war, let's discuss the top KvK 2 commander pairings right now. Okay, so we are going to run through a bunch of commander pairings, and we're going to do the best ones, and I think the ones that you just really shouldn't break up, but we're also going to kind of list through like a lot of potential combinations as well. What I would take away from this video is the commanders that I'm suggesting to run as primaries are probably the ones that you should just leave as is, and then all of the other commanders that you can pair with them are probably ones that you can just kind of plug and play. So the primary commanders really should stay as is, and then you can kind of play with the commander pairings as you wish. So let's check them out. All right, we're probably going to run through this pretty quickly, guys, so stay with me. Our first two commanders that we have as primary options are going to be Richard and Charles. They are pretty much interchangeable. They're both infantry commanders with the defense tree. Only difference is that Charles is going to give you a little bit better trades on the field because of his active skill, boosting the damage by 30%. And then Richard is just really good at not dying on the field because of all the heals that he is giving you. Both commanders at a 5-5, 5-5-1-1, I think are pretty good to go for the free to play and the low spenders out there. And then obviously if you have these guys maxed, then go ahead and have a free for all. For the secondary commander options that we're listing with these guys is going to be Ethelfled, YSG, Sun Tzu, Bjorn, and Joan of Arc. You're going to see a running theme within this video. A lot of these commanders are going to appear multiple times, and the reason being is because most of these commanders are either very high DPS, debuffers, or buffing marches. So Joan being one of the best buffing marches in the game, and you can also use Mulan. I totally forgot to add her into this video before doing the voiceover. Bjorn is pretty much a mini Tamiris where he is giving additional skill damage taken to the enemy. You have Sun Tzu and YSG with very nice DPS combos there, and then Ethelfled with being a very awesome debuffing march. She works exceptionally well with Richard, since Richard is slowing targets, and that is going to instantly boost her damage by 20% for her active skill when that decides to fire off. So again, you're going to see a theme here where we're going to have tanky commanders up front so that you are able to hide the DPS, debuffing, and buffing marches. So that way you're not taking fat hospital bills or just being easy targets on the field. Next, we have my man Saladin. He is still to date the tankiest cav commander that you have access to, so he is definitely one to be utilized within KvK 2. First pairing that we have is a tried and true, probably my favorite, is going to be Saladin YSG. You're going to be getting the skill damage boost, which Saladin kind of needs because he's not putting out a lot of damage. And then again, you are able getting that ability to hide YSG so you're not becoming an insta target. Very same goes for Genghis Khan, where he's giving you a 30% damage boost as long as you're above 70% troops. And he's giving the ability to fire off his active skill a second time in a row. Next, we have Minamoto. Again, pretty decent DPS commander, and he has a pretty nice debuff on his fourth skill, debuffing the target for 30% increased damage. Very similarly, we have Double C, another high DPS commander, and he is going to be giving a 40% attack reduction as well as march speed debuff, and a little bit of heals and skill regeneration. The attack reduction is pretty nice in KvK 2, although I don't like it that much in Season of Conquest. Without the extra attack buffs in KvK 2, pretty good to go with that march. Ethelfled is a prime combo for Saladin. Put them together and they have up to 40% counterattack reduction, and if you max out the support tree, you're going to be getting the 20% damage boost, much like Richard is giving Ethelfled, because you are slowing the enemy. And then you have Baybars, with a 5 target AoE of 1000 damage factor, a little bit of extra attack which Saladin needs. Very good march, and again, even more march speed reduction, so you prevent those troops from running away and you make sure you end them on the field. What I did here real quick is I just simply shifted Genghis Khan to a primary commander. I know I was probably going to get some heat for not putting Genghis Khan on there, especially since he's one of the first Wheel of Fortune commanders that you're going to get upon entering KvK 2. But the only thing I really did is just swapped out Ethelfled for Belisarius, because he's going to give you a little bit of that ability to run away and add some additional tankiness. Next, we have Alexander the Great. Now, I'm going to post a mail that Lilith actually sent. Shout out to Wistery for hooking me up with the picture. Now, you're actually not going to get Alex until about 4 days before your KvK. We have passes opening on Friday, and the very first Alex wheel just showed up. So you're going to have to either have some patience, or you're going to have to divvy up those universal sculptures. If it was me in that situation, I honestly would just wait the 3 wheel cycles until you max Alexander, just because of all the late and great commanders that you have in Season of Conquest. But as you can see, again, a lot of the same running themes here. We're going to have YSG and Sun Tzu as prime secondary commanders, again, hiding that DPS. Sun Tzu is really nice because he's adding that element of skill regeneration as well. YSG is too. And you want that active skill going off for Alex as much as possible because of the 30% debuff onto targets that he's giving you. If you wanted a little bit more staying power in the field, you could opt for Alex Richard or Alex Charles. Just keep in mind, the shields aren't going to stack for Alex Charles. However, they are a very nice rally combo in KvK 2 because of the counterattack damage being given from Charles Martel, and the high damage output from Alexander makes them a very nice rally combination in your KvK 2. All in all, Alex is a very good commander to invest in. You just have to have a little bit of patience because of the new way the timeline is. Next, we have Constantine, and he is another one of those commanders from the MGE format that you're not going to get until a little bit later into your KvK 2. Luckily, if you're just using him for open field, 5511, and he is good to go. He is an awesome support march because he has a support tree and he's an infantry commander. So a lot of tanky aspects on top of the 40% health that he's getting from his own skills. He's just a great support march all in all. I would say the bread and butter combination is Constantine Joan. It kills in Canyon as well, so you can utilize that. Bjorn, again, being that debuffer to increase skill damage. And then if you just wanted more staying power, very much like Alex, you can go ahead and pair Constantine up with Charles as well as Richard. Charles and Constantine actually have some pretty nice synergy because of Constantine's 4th skill and his need for a shield. Like Constantine a lot. I'm very excited to use him. This is actually gonna be my first time using Constantine within some fights, so get ready, stay tuned for that. Now we have Sun Tzu. You can see now he's being flipped into a primary role, going to show a little bit of love for the low spenders and free-to-play players. I know you probably won't have access to many of those legendary commanders. You may only just have one. So Sun Tzu is going to be an excellent candidate to run as a primary commander. He is probably the most versatile in this sense, and you are going to be able to pretty much pair him with, I think he has the most pairings on the list that I've compiled here. You're going to see a new face over here with Osman. He is actually one of the highest epic skill damage commanders that you're going to have, and he's going to allow you to bring some extra troops to the field. Yes, I have Baybars pairing up with Sun Tzu. I know he's a Cav commander, but the 5 target AoE is just too good to let up. And with Sun Tzu being an infantry commander, you're not going to get insta targeted the way that Cav and Archer players do. So you're going to have a little bit more flexibility, but still just be careful when you're running epics in the field because you are still an easy target. From being a pay to play player for the most part, Whenever I see epics in the field, I assume that those players are free to play or low spenders and thus aren't going to have as good of tech that I do, as well as equipment. So those are always prime candidates for those insta targets. So again, just be careful, guys. Pelagius made the list. Yes, he made the list, everyone. So here's my reasoning for putting Pelagius on the list. During my KvK 2, I was running Mina double C. I thought I was going to be able to get away with it, but I think just that the trend that people have from KvK 1 and the hot target that Minamoto has from being the highest skill damage commander that you have available, minus YSG, but primary commander that you will see running around is Minamoto. So hiding him behind Pelagius, as well as like double C, you can do the same thing. Hiding them behind Pelagius makes it a little bit more beneficial, so you're not being an insta target and you still are able to utilize the skill damage tree, so you're getting a lot of the same benefits that Minamoto is giving without getting the red dot on your head to be an instant target. Lastly, gotta show a little love to the archer gang. Archers really don't become meta until later into Season of Conquest, guys. KvK 3 maybe a little bit once you get to Miris, but just wait. If you have the patience, you enter Season of Conquest, you guys are absolutely meta, so you are good. But we had to show a little bit of love. Kuso is really nice to run as a primary because he is going to be removing all debuffs, so that is going to allow these secondary commanders that you're running him with to give the full skill damage without being debuffed by damage or something of the sort. So that's why we have YSG there. Elcid is very nice because he's going to be giving Kuso a little bit of extra defense, which Kuso is already giving you. Is very nice to add that tanky aspect. And then Osmond's going to make an appearance again on the list because, again, he's just a high skill damage commander. And when those free to play and low spenders need some options, Osmond is definitely a nice go-to for most scenarios for a secondary commander. All right, so real quickly before we wrap up the video, here's a little mail that I actually got from asking around within the WTP Alliance in 2289. Shout out to Wistery for hooking me up with this picture. Wistery, you are awesome. Thank you so much. So you're going to see a detail here of how they changed up and plan on releasing commanders within KvK Season 2. So we'll go through it real quick. The event commanders in the Mightiest Governor upon entry to Eve of the Crusade Lost Kingdom Season 2 have been fixed as Saladin 2 rounds and Constantine 3 rounds. Once the 5 rounds described have been elapsed, the event will continue to cycle through commanders in the same order each round: Constantine, Saladin, until Eve of the Crusade Lost Kingdom Season 3. The events in Commander's Wheel of Fortune upon entry to the Eve of Crusade Lost Kingdom Season 2 have been fixed as Genghis Khan 2 rounds and Alexander the Great 3 rounds. Once the 5 rounds described have been elapsed, the event will continue to cycle through commanders in the same order each round is given: Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan. So you can see here that you are really only barely getting Constantine as well as Alexander the Great. So I heed caution, okay? If you have those commanders available, I would say definitely go ahead and use them. However, if you have the patience, I'm telling you it's going to pay off in the long run. Do not max those commanders as soon as you unlock them. If you are anywhere from a mid spender to a free to play, please save your sculpts and go through the wheel cycles. You're going to be setting yourself back like crazy upon entering Season of Conquest, where you have access to the latest and greatest commanders. So please just heed that word of caution. And for anyone that was confused about the timeline of releases for these KvK 2 commanders, here is your answer. All right, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're definitely getting into a little bit more of this editing aspect for the channel. Let me know what you guys think about the last 2 videos and the style that I have been doing them. We are recording and editing a video and then doing like a voice and face over with the webcam over the video that we have originally edited. So let me know how you guys are enjoying that. As always, thank you guys so much for the support. I love all of you, and please slap a like on the video. Let's get that YouTube algorithm working for the channel, and leave a comment down below if I missed anything because I probably did. I have a feeling I did. And then lastly, before I actually sign off, boom. Shout out to Rogue Aussie and Kingdom 2294, my buddy Chocolate Man. He hooked me up with a calendar of our KvK timeline. So we are going to have passes opening on Friday, and then in another 2 weeks we're going to have level 5 passes opening. So this is going to be an action-packed week of not only just videos but also streaming for the channel. So everyone stay tuned. Again, I love y'all so much. Thank you for the support. Everyone enjoy the rest of your weeks. Peace out. Love y'all. Have a good one.